Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian pop.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का #1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9
All English, 24/7 television network, and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, my name is Jadoo. I'm the group editor at Y Media. A very shocking news came out for Brampton recently when a woman, 43-year-old Devinder Kaur, she was stabbed to death at a Brampton park. We have many details regarding this one, but we thought, why don't we ask from the lawyer? The defense counsel is here at our studios. Just for our viewers' benefit, we'd like to tell you that a person has been charged. The person who's been charged, 44-year-old Nav Nishan Singh, is the husband of the deceased, Devinder Kaur. She's 43-year-old. And when this incident happened, police was called there. This has been a discussion in the community as well. So let's welcome the defense counsel, Sohana Rose Chowdhury. Sohana, a very warm welcome on Y Media. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome. This is a discussion on in the community right now. And thank you, first of all, for your time, for taking our time and giving us all the details. My first question would be, of course, we've heard from many of our sources as well, and there's a lot of discussion in the media. If you could describe us, what was the relationship between the deceased, Devinder Kaur, and Nav Nishan Singh?
So they've been married for many years.
Okay.
I think it's over 20 years that they were married. They have 4 children together. However, the relationship had fallen apart about 6 months ago.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure whether they have been already divorced, but most likely not. But one thing I can confirm that they were not living together.
Devinder Kaur and Nav Nishan Singh, they were not living together. Approximately 20 years of marriage. About 6 months ago, they started contemplating divorce, I guess, from Devinder Kaur. 4 children, 1 in India, 3 here in Canada.
That's right.
And now, can you tell us what was the reason that the relationship started falling apart?
Well, it's hard to say, and of course, the deceased is no more here, so I don't wish to comment in their personal matter. However, one thing I can tell that the deceased did not want to continue with the relationship, whereas the accused, Mr. Singh, was still holding on to it. So although it is still a question as to what had broken their relationship up 6 months ago, seems like it was over for her, but not for him.
Not for him, okay. And also, just for our viewers' benefit, and I want you to add on to this one, we don't want to hold a media trial. Our job is very objectively reporting a news story.
Yes.
And innocent until proven guilty. Nothing has been proven in the court of law as we speak. So I want you to add on to this one as well.
Yes. So Mr. Nav Singh, he's been charged with 1 count of murder. This is an allegation. He is presumed to be innocent until he's proven guilty in a trial by the Crown beyond all reasonable doubts. So that is the situation right now. He's still in custody because the charge is extremely severe. He's not out in bail. His bail has to be addressed in the Superior Court, not in the Ontario Court of Justice. And for a successful release, he definitely needs a very, very strong plan that we are still working on. Although he's presumed innocent, at the bail phase, the courts try to be cautious about releasing the accused people into the community. So we'll see. He had his matter today in the court, and it has been adjourned to next week on Wednesday, May 31st, so that I and my team can work on a bail plan. We're not yet sure if we will be able to address bail for him because he does not have a permanent status in Canada. He came on a visitor's visa, and he does not have any family member, any friends, and given the nature of the allegations, I personally don't believe that anybody would even come forward to help him out. So that is the situation at this time. So even if he's innocent until proven, given the nature of the allegation and whatever the evidence has come before the media already, people are not willing to assist him at this stage.
Yeah, there is an outrage in the community, and
Yes.
I won't get into the debate whether it's right or wrong, but a female has been murdered.
Yes.
And obviously it's for the court to decide who really did this and under what circumstances this happened. Of course, we'll get to know as the case proceeds.
Yes.
But definitely the community wants to know the reason. Quite upset at this point. And you're saying the gentleman Nav Nishan saying he's here on a visitor visa.
Correct.
And was there an issue when they decided to break the relationship or divorce each other? I'm sure Devinder Kaur wanted a divorce, but was it decided in India or something happened here?
I am not sure about that. We need more information from both sides to actually, provide a firm comment on that. What I can tell is it's been ongoing for sure, but I'm not aware if it started in India or in Canada.
Okay. Yeah. And there's always a discussion why even somebody would represent,
Yes.
This is not me who's saying, I think everyone deserves to be represented in court because this is how a proper democratic system works. This is not a law of jungle, but yes, in a democratic society, everyone needs to be represented well enough so that the justice takes its due process. But just for our viewers' benefit,
Yes.
if you could explain why there is a defense counsel in place and how did you get to act as a defense counsel?
So it's a very common question, I think, for every defense counsel when we represent somebody who's facing some serious charges. The people around would question, like, why are you representing this individual? Representing someone does not mean that I am doing everything possible to save this person so that this person does not face any consequences for what they did. It is not like that. There is a huge misconception. First of all, this person is not convicted. He's just charged. In my career, I have seen many fake charges against people, and I'm sure the viewers, some of the viewers have experienced things like that about themselves or heard from the friends or family members that somebody falsely accused them of doing something. So it's the defense counsel's job to be the voice of the accused person, because when you go in the court, there is Crown, there is the judge, and there is the public, because the court proceeding is usually open for public if there is no publication ban and if there is no restrictions, right? So everybody is assuming that the person who's before the court facing some charges have actually committed those offenses. There's just one person that is the accused person's representative. The defense counsel just tries to be the accused person's voice. So I got to know about Mr. Singh when he was arrested during the weekend, and we defense counsels often work over the weekends in the WASH court. That's the weekend and statutory holiday court. And although I was not there personally, my assistant was attending, and she saw Mr. Singh's matter being addressed in the court in Brampton Courthouse. And she also saw the news, and we took a step to assist this person. Not to prove that he's innocent. No, we're not trying to turn the page and then turn everything around and say that he's innocent. No, we just want to make sure that the Crown is doing their job properly to prove him guilty. And if he has something to say, he gets to say that. I'm not saying he has a reason to justify killing somebody. Let's say he did that. I'm not saying that there was some reasons for which he did that and it's justified. No, killing somebody can never be justified. However, at least he has the right to give his reasons for it, justified or not. So that is, I believe, is a defense counsel's job, and that is the reason I took on this matter, because, you know, it's challenging. Not a lot of people would, come forward to help this person. And as I said, helping does not mean unethical. It means ethical, because when a really, really bad criminal comes to the hospital before a doctor, he still helps that patient, wouldn't leave that person to die. So I'm doing the same thing. If he has something to say, I'll just help him say it. That's all.
Yeah, actually our job is pretty similar too, because in journalism we have to be very, very objective.
Yes.
Our job is not to judge anyone and then impose our own viewpoints and gives the story a spin. Now we have to be very objective. We just have to report the facts, and in case we are giving our opinion, we have to clearly make a distinction. You know, back in the day when there was only print, it was easier. You had these headlines in the front, and then you had the opinion page separately. But with the electronic media, the lines sometimes are blurred. Where is the reports, where is the fact finding, and then where would your opinion start? But we have to be very objective, very similar to what you do. Thanks for explaining that. Now I'm just curious to know what's happening with the kids. Our heart goes out for the kids. There are 4 kids, 1 in India, 3 over here. Are they on visitor visa, permanent resident, any of them? And you just mentioned their Nav Nishan Singhs. There's no friends, no relatives over here in Canada?
Nobody has come forward to assist him, to even get him a lawyer.
Okay.
So yes, there is nobody assisting, and even if there are friends, because we do have the tendency that when someone is accused, we kind of assume that that person did it. And perhaps, he did it. Who knows? That has to be decided in the court. But because of the allegations, nobody's helping him out, yes.
Yeah. There's also video circulating. And, we don't want to broadcast that. But we see there is a video also circulating. Do you know of, are you aware of that? Any comments on that one?
Well, it's definitely a very, very strong evidence. I mean, it's unfortunate what it captures for sure. But then again, the source of this video, who did it, and why it was done, and why it was circulated, everything is yet to be confirmed, because the charges were recently laid. The matter is still very premature. We do not have disclosure from the Attorney General's Crown's Office. So once we have the disclosure, I'll be able to confirm the source or the person, whoever recorded it, and how it was all over the place, you know? So, yes.
Okay. And any past criminal record of Navnishan Singh that you're aware of?
No. To my understanding, he does not have any criminal record. And when somebody comes to Canada, whatever visa it is, they do a criminal check. He definitely cleared that to come here, and there is no record on him in Canada. So it seems like he does not have any record in Canada or in India.
Okay. When did Navnishan Singh arrive here in Canada?
I cannot confirm the date yet.
Okay. No worries. And any mental health issues that you're aware of right now for Navnishan Singh?
So I am not, and at this point, without his consent, I'll be very honest with you, even if I had known, I would not have given it out without asking him, but I'm not aware. But, I mean, when you just look at this news at the first glance, you think, I mean, this is not normal. This is not something that happens every day, right? So it is yet to be explored and discovered whether there was any mental health concerns or whether there's any influence, like any drug or alcohol abuse. I mean, it's yet to come out.
Right. And at this point, I'll once again, as you said this earlier, there's no justification for any kind of violence. So we also send this message across very clearly in the interest of the community that no reason, there's no justification for any sort of violence, let alone killing someone.
Yeah.
That's a very heinous crime. But the only idea was to, yes, we also definitely want to make sure that, yes, we do not jump onto any sort of conclusion. Let the law take its own due course of action, and then once the verdict is out, then we'll have a better idea of how things are. You must have spoken to Mr. Singh. How's his state of mind? Why did he give you any reason, or how's he?
I cannot comment on the fact about how he feels about this, whether he did or not. Okay. Then really, we wouldn't need to go to trial, right? Yeah. But what I can tell is he's extremely devastated, extremely broken. He was very emotional. His heart goes out for the children, and he knows that they would hate him for whatever has happened, right? I mean, he believes that because he's out in the news, the kids, in addition to everybody else, would hate him for this allegation. Whatever happens in the future, I mean, we can't comment on that. But at this point, he understands that he's not going to get any help. He understands that the family is upset. When I was inquiring about potential surety, perhaps for a release plan, he confirmed me that I'm not going to get anybody. I'm not going to get any surety who will come forward for him. He doesn't have anyone here, and those who's here will not assist. So perhaps he will be in custody until this matter goes to trial and a verdict is given by the court.
Right. And any of his relatives or anyone who has approached you from India or anyone outside of Canada?
No.
No one?
Nobody has, yes.
No one. And finally, I want to ask you, that in these sorts of cases, you know, and you just mentioned a bit of a remorse there as well. You already said that he knows his kids may not excuse him, but anyways, but some sort of remorse. So when these type of cases go on trial, so usually what are the things which are looked under in trial? I'm sure his mental state, or is he remorseful or not? Any circumstances? What are the things, just for viewers' benefit?
So, okay. So in trial, they will just want to prove the case. That is, he committed the crime, right?
Okay.
In trial, it is just about whether the person is guilty or not guilty. The fact that he's remorseful, he lacks any criminal record, all this background, that comes into play when we are considering his sentence, his punishment. So yes, people do get some credit, but then you also have to weigh it against the aggravating factors. And let's say he's found guilty in this matter. There are aggravating factors, like it involves an intimate partner, right? I'm sure she came to visit him because she knew him, she trusted him, right? So that is an aggravating factor. In every domestic case, this is an aggravating thing, that you misuse the capacity of being a partner and then hurting the other, right? So that is definitely very serious. And then, you know, this person died, passed away. That is also, I mean, extremely the most serious type of crime one can do, right? And also the fact that it was in a public place, it was in daylight. These are all aggravating factors that can go against him.
And I think precisely that was the premise of this whole meeting, because this is what that she was lured, you could say, or brought into this meeting, you know, on the pretext that yes, we could get back together. Maybe Navnishant Singh invited Devinder Kaur that let's talk, and maybe if we can resolve our differences, and maybe we could get back together. And here someone was expecting that this is a discussion to get the relationship better, and in turn what happened? That she lost her life. Is that the scenario?
So if he's proven guilty of doing all that, then I mean, definitely it's a very aggravating factor. But we're still yet to know whether he had actually called her, she had actually accepted his invitation to meet him there, and all that facts. Okay, we need to know the basis and the source of that, because to my understanding, the victim has passed away, could not give a statement, right? And the accused person, I don't know if there is any confession yet. So, you know, it has to be proven, there has to be evidence of all that, and if he's found guilty of all that, yes, it is a very, very unfortunate and unacceptable act for sure, and definitely goes against him.
Yeah, but the victim's brother is in States, and maybe he would be definitely giving some statements, and I'm sure the victim's brother would know what was going on in the household. So his statement could be very, very important in this case.
Yes, I think so, and it is up to the Crown to call the victim's brother. And I don't know if he's going to testify, what statement he's going to give, but yes, a lot of background would definitely come from him. And I don't know if my client is going to trial or if he's going to plead guilty. So if he decides to plead guilty, if he confesses that he's the one who did it, then we'll be able to get a lot of details from him as well.
Right. Yeah. Very unfortunate, very sad incident, and here at Y Media we will keep you posted, because the community certainly wants to know. And one of the reasons, there are various other reasons as well, but one of the reasons that we definitely are broadcasting this interview, that we do not want unnecessary discussions going on which are not proven anywhere. So here we wanted to make sure a responsible person, someone who's representing the case, so that we get to know that what is happening, because I see there are lots of comments, lots of discussions floating around on social media, and I hope we in the media at least we bring out the truth, and we will carry on this story. This is still a developing story for us, so as we move further, whatever happens in the court, we will be reporting that for you. Sohana, anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, thank you very much. I think it was a great opportunity to put forward some neutral views on it, and I'm glad you have facilitated that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sohana. Thank you very much for your time. And we will make sure that we will present you both sides of the story, what's happening, what the Crown has to say in the court, and hear what the Defense Counsel has to say. So we'll present you both sides of the story, and we'll leave it up to you to decide. Thank you so much for your time, Sohana, once again. Thank you. And that's all the time that we have today. Stay tuned with Y Media.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper,